Okay, this will be the third rendition on YURAPEX. The sort of rundown of 12 creatures that we're doing so we can harness their power and their ancient wisdom. For this rendition, we have the owl, the silent watcher. So to start this one, I will start with a little premise and as well end with a little profound thought as well. So let's start with the first one. It says, giver of wisdom, messenger of death, a guide between worlds, but never just a bird. Great. I'm not gonna go into too many details of the owl. Usually the people that are owls, like, they're really knowledgeable, so maybe a random dupe on YouTube is just gonna say what you already know, but maybe that's what you need, somebody else to affirm you. Okay. In the second point that I have here is you have hyper specialized senses. Okay, if you're an owl, of course you don't have the hearing of an owl or the bird side, right? But this means that you can detect when someone lies or someone is being disingenuous. Nowadays, everybody's disingenuous. Everybody goes with an intention and another intention, the majority of people. So usually you will be able to catch that intention with your eyes, and as well you will be able to sense their energy. That's sort of something that you have, a skill that you have innate. And it's really important for you to know this because when people feel like you're calling them out before you call them out, if you're an owl, usually you're not gonna have that many friends, so don't feel bad for it. It's just that you call out people with your values, with your presence, with your look, and that's pretty good because the people that stick with you are genuine. Okay, so look at it as something good. Let's move to the third point. It says, vision and hearing are your deadliest weapons. Remember in the video of the lion, I gave you your secret weapons. These are deadly. Those are the real tools of the owl. Once the owl doesn't have those tools, he perishes and dies. His sight, his hearing, Sometimes you're looking, but you're not watching. Sometimes you're hearing, but you're not listening. Utilize those things before an action, before speaking. Observe that situation, okay? Observe that situation and listen. That will be your deadliest weapon. Okay, let's move to the fourth one. Always stand in the darkness, silent and patient. What is this darkness? When you walk into a room, find that spot, that special spot where you're sort of hidden there. Basically, not everybody has like the perfect angle to have a look on you there. So always find those weird angles, those dark spaces, so you can then listen and watch comfortably as well. Okay, learn to identify that, and that will be really helpful for you. Let's move on to the fifth one. In this case, on the inside you're sweet and you're vulnerable, but on the outside you can be quite intimidating. So yeah, the owl is this animal that's highly intimidated, and even it was crucified. There's plenty of stories, ancient stories, what that it meant, but really the owls are super friendly with humans. Usually animals that are smart, they share a friendship with humans because they appreciate us as well, the way we handle ourselves, and they learn from us. So yeah, they're super friendly with humans. I don't know about crows and eagles, but that's another topic. But yeah, basically what this means as well is that the right people will appreciate you. Be confident that the right people will arrive. Okay? That doesn't mean that there's not gonna be people that are gonna rip the veil, that are gonna see through it. So take it that as something good, meaning that your relationships will be based on bravery and like real love. So let's move in this case to the other one. You're a holder of dark knowledge. So this one arrives as number 6, as the most sinister number, because it's true. You're a holder of knowledge. If you're someone smart or knowledgeable, you will start knowing about science. You will start discovering things about the political environment or sort of the topics that you see on the news, but eventually your brain is going to ask you more. You will start looking existentialism, hermetism, and a lot of things that are dark knowledges as well. The ancient, as well, knowledges that exist within Egypt, Rome, Iceland as well, the Icelandic cultures, and as well the Mayans and everything. And you will start getting into through history getting into a lot of esotericism as well. So you are the one that holds that knowledge because you have the discernment really of using the knowledge and communicating it. Knowledge can be highly destructive to a lot of people, myself included. So if you're an owl, you have that responsibility, and as well you have that ability to assimilate it at that moment. So it's really cool to be an owl, really. And this will be how I'm gonna close sort of this video. And I'm gonna close with this little sort of deep thought that I'm gonna give you. Okay, so wherever you are, if you know you're an owl, just remember this: the owl doesn't sing nor dances. It doesn't surrender to fear and has no hunger for praise. It just waits, not in a cruel or calm manner. Is death without silence, wisdom without words, magic without illusion. How beautiful, right? Great. So I hope you like this video. If you stick around up until this point, I highly thank you. And as well, leave in the comments if you're an owl as well, okay? And just one more thing. I will leave my Gmail on the description below if you want to send me an email or consult something. I'm a leadership guide as well. And sort of if you want to get to that next level, sort of work your authority, man, or you don't have any and you want to have authority in your life as well, we can have a sit down in that case. So until next rendition.